On the 5th of September 2016, a man named Danerade, better known as Danerade, made his YouTube channel, and then in June of 2020, he made his Discord server. Got it? Got it. Something else you should get is that Discord servers have channels in them, and I figured that I should take some time to go through and see which channels in the Danerade Czechoslovakian Discord server are the best, the worst, and are just kind of mid. To go through some guidance of how I'll go about ranking these channels, I'll look at their usage, their purpose, and how much they add to the overall server experience. I'm also not going to be including channels that are gone and not archived, especially ones from events and such, because not only would they not really add much to the list, but I don't really have a good memory enough to remember them and put them on here. Anyways, enough blabbering. Everybody knows the rules at this point. So to kick off this ranking list, let's start with... As the name of the section implies, these channels are pretty much only for reading purposes, except for one, but we'll get to that later. Now to answer the question, the thumbnail, the channel on top of them all is the welcome channel, because it's on top of all the other channels in like its order. Can you just finish that rim shot please with a cherry on top? Thank you. Enough joking aside, I do think the welcome channel is still a nice addition to the server. Adds a little bit of clarity to when people joined and stuff like that, but overall it's not the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the pick of the peas obviously. So I'm just gonna have to put it in probably good tier for now. It'll probably be a lower good tier though as we add more stuff in. Next up, we have the rules and the rules channel. The reason I put these ones together is because they both serve a pretty similar purpose, which is to explain certain aspects of the server. The rules channel, the rules of the server, and the rules channel, the rules of the server. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, like the welcome channel, these are pretty nice to have, you know, for members and stuff to know what to do and like how stuff works, but still not the best of the best. Come on now. I will put it above welcome, although on second thought, the rules channel did have a pretty sick image that got removed recently when the rules were rewritten. So I don't know, I might have to put it underneath the welcome channel. Then again though, the rules were updated on my birthday. And that's a pretty sick birthday present, so I'm gonna move it back up. Now we have the announcements channel. This channel is used to make all sorts of announcements, all Danerade related, such as his content and like when his videos come out and just stuff like that. Now, although this channel might not seem as a big deal to normal users of the server, I want to explain something real quick. So as you can see, there are over like 2,500 members in the server, and yet only a little pinch of them are active on a daily basis. So that tells me that most of the fans of Danerade's server are just fans of his content and not necessarily want to communicate with his community. So I do think that this channel serves a bigger purpose than some people may realize, which is why it's going to the top of good. Still not the best because it's just an announcement server, pretty much the same function as the YouTube notifications, but if YouTube notifications are busted, I guess this server is a good fallback. But then again, you get a Danerade personalized message with each announcement. So there's also something to consider there. Next up is another double header, just like the rules and rules channel, except this time it's just two rules channels. These rules channels, however, instead of explaining the rules, it lets you actually put on some rules to customize your name and put emojis next to your name and stuff like that. One of the channels is available to every member, and that's the one where you can change your the color of your name and stuff. But the other channel is a verified members only rules channel, and that's the one that lets you put the little emojis next to your name. Now, you might be wondering what a verified member is, and I'll get to that in I don't know, a little bit. But yeah, safe to say these channels are still really good for customization stuff. They might just be landing in best of the best, but for now I'll just put them high good tier. Alright, this is Future Farty speaking. I just want to mention how in the events channel, one of the past events, the merch event, has the channel for it got deleted, the submissions channel. It wasn't on purpose, I don't think, but may its soul rest in peace in the events graveyard. Back to the video. Now this next channel has good intentions but not enough opportunities. It's the event channel. This is the channel where all the events of the server get announced and all the little nitty gritty details alongside with it. Now although events are cool and all and they add a lot to the server experience, the amount of events that get announced is pretty scarce most times. But when they do get announced, this channel obviously is a pretty big help in the use of promoting it. But then again, because it's not used very often, I'm just gonna have to put it to better have it than not. Another channel that I think would go right alongside the events channel is the polls channel. This channel is used by Danerade to ask his community members some questions, whether it relates to YouTube or anything else like that. Sometimes though, he also uses it for some fun. You know, like on Christmas time, he asks what people got for their Christmas presents and like stuff like that. Anyways though, yeah, polls channel, when it's in use, it's pretty fun, but when it's not, it's just sort of there. So I'll put it right next to the events channel. Now this next channel is really something special. It's the Womps Club channel. This is another verified members only channel, but you could only post in it every 6 hours. So you really gotta make every post count. Putting any bias I have for it aside, this channel really is a good idea for a server, and I think it's a really good incentive for members to try to get to the verified role. So for that, we're gonna have it be our first best of the best tier. Now, you might be wondering who Womp is and why he even made this club. I don't know. So to rapid blast through these next ones, we have the Danerade updates, the most asked questions, and the favorite comments channels. These channels are all pretty self-explanatory. Danerade updates just updates on progress on videos and stuff like that. Most asked questions are just the most asked questions that Danerade gets asked, and the favorite comments are just his favorite comments and videos. These three channels are pretty much all things Danerade related. The Danerade updates channel is sort of like the announcements channel, but it's much more involved in the production of videos and stuff like that. So I might just put it up with the announcements channel because of how they both have good uses. The most asked questions channel, while the questions asked in there are some pretty important ones, I do wish he just had some other sillier, goofier questions in there, like what's his favorite color, what's his birthday, what's his favorite animal, stuff like that. But still, it's still a good channel for new members, and maybe some older members like that forgotten some stuff about Danerade. So I'll put it the high, better to have it than not. The favorite comments channel is usually only really active when he posts a new video, which is pretty scarce, I can't lie. But when he does, you know, it's a pretty nice little piece of him interacting with his community, especially for his videos, because you know that's what he does. He makes videos. So I think I'll be putting it above the polls channel. All right, well, that was the entire thing of the read only section. Pretty good section overall, pretty informative stuff, some basic ground rules of the server essentially. But in this next section of channels we have, this is the real meat of the server, the real mashed potatoes and steak. It is these channels are some of the real heavy hitters in the server experience for every member. They're where all the community members come together and just meet up, talk, post whatever they want. You know, you get the gist. The first channel that's on top of all the other channels is the General channel. Sorry, this channel says it all in the name. It's used for any and all general discussion that the members want to have in the server. All in all though, this channel really is exemplary for every other community discussion channel. Sometimes it's not very active, but when it's active, oh boy, there's hundreds of messages in it, thousands maybe. It's crazy. It also really is just an important channel to have for the server. Like I said, it's where all the Girano discussion takes place, you know? So it's gotta be in the best of the best. It's where everything happens. The next channel up is the gaming channel. And this channel is pretty significant for Danerade's YouTube channel because he's all about games. Like the Journal channel, this channel is pretty good for speaking about gaming things. Although because of Danerade's gaming-centric channel, it is sort of easy to find that the talk of games and stuff spreads to other channels. You know, you could probably find gaming-related talk in every single channel in the server. That's not a bad thing, like I said, that's just this community. But all in all, this gaming channel, it's pretty good to just talk games and stuff. So I'll put it between the announcement channel, seems pretty good. The next channel we have here is the serious channel. And as you can tell, this channel is all about serious talk. And because of that, I don't really use it that much, I can't lie. But just because I don't use it doesn't mean it doesn't have a use. Obviously, if someone wants to talk about something more serious, they have a place to do that. And it's pretty good to do that. It's pretty good to have something like that. Although, like the gaming channel, some serious discussion does tend to leak out of here sometimes. But all in all, it's just good to have a sort of place for people to talk seriously. And also, something else to note is that the serious channel is actually locked behind a role in the roles channel. And just because I feel like I might boost the roles channel a little bit because that's a pretty good feature, I can't lie. So yeah, roles channel goes there, serious channel, it'll go to any events. Yeah. This next channel has good intentions, but not enough opportunities. It's a suggestions channel. As the name says, it's a channel where people just suggest anything that they want to the server, to Danerade, his videos, whatever, right? And all in all, while it's a good channel to have, it's not very used often. I feel like all the good suggestions have sort of dried up, or people just don't really care enough to put in their own suggestions. Still a good idea for a channel, just not really used often. One little thing of note about this channel though is that it does have a forum in it that's talking about the unbanning of an older member of the server, and it goes on for ages, and I just think that's pretty interesting. All in all though, this channel, it's just better to have it than not, obviously. So right here. Next up is the Danerade YouTube channel, except it's the channel on Discord, not his YouTube channel. Place is used to just talk about all things about Danerade's YouTube. Usually it's used a lot when he releases a new video, you know, because that's where people will talk about it, what they like about it, what they find interesting, stuff like that, you know. People also just sort of use it to just joke around and stuff, fool around in it, and I like that. I like it when it gets a little silly sometimes, you know. I'd say it goes in good. This next channel is a little odd to me, but it's the videos channel. It's where people just post videos, you know, it's like the name says. But the thing is, there already is another channel where people can sort of do this. Although I guess the other channel is more like general use of posting stuff. I don't know, the videos channel, it still is pretty good. You know, people just want to post a video they want to talk about. But you know, there is that other channel that sort of a little bit diminishes the use of this, but not really. So I'm just gonna put it in better have it than not, I guess, because it does still have its uses. The server staple memes channel. Now, the original idea for the ranking I had for this channel was basically just to say that the memes weren't really that funny to me, and I was just gonna slap it in med tier for that. But the more I've sat down and thought about it, I think a much more logical and in-depth reasoning for the meme channel not ranking so high is just the pure nature of a memes channel. As we all know, memes all sort of have a tendency to just expire and rot over time. Some people just don't really have that favorable feelings towards memes anymore, just from the fact that they've been out for so long. It's just the pure essence of the memes channel just has more possibility to age poorly, is what I'm trying to say, compared to other channels that just have some memes sprinkled in there by members just posting little funny things, you know. And so for that reason, I think that's what's gonna have to put the memes channel in meh for me personally. Now, this is the channel I was talking about earlier that's pretty similar to the videos channel. It's the media channel. This is where people just talk about all kinds of media, you know, books, TV shows, movies, whatever they want to talk about, right? And I think that's a pretty good thing to have, you know, because people just want to talk about their shows, their movies. There's a mod in the server that talks about this like anime, like Conan or something, Detective Conan, and he writes like essays about each movie or whatever he watches. And I think that's pretty neat. So the media channel, you can go here. It's neck and neck with the gaming channel, I can't lie. This channel might be the way you're watching this video. It's the self-promo channel. As the name says, this is the channel where people just promote all their stuff to other people, you know, and like show it off. And honestly, I think that's a pretty good idea to have this, you know, because a lot of members in the community want to grow as whatever they want to do, like music, video creators, whatever. I think this is a good idea to have in the server, you know, really community friendly. I'll have to put it either really top good or best of the best. I'll put it top of the good just because it's not used the most, but when it is used, it's a good purpose. Oh crap. The art channel, easily best of the best. There's a lot of cool art in here posted by a lot of people, and it's pretty frequent too. It's a pretty active channel of just a lot of cool art, a lot of cool artists, people talking about art and stuff like that. It's really sick. Fun little story, someone was posting AI art in here one day, and that's what caused the rule for AI art to be posted in the media channel from then on, and I think that's pretty interesting. But yeah, art channel, definitely one of the better channels of the server. I'm gonna have to put it in best of the best. I just have to. Now, to cap off this section, we have a sort of weird in-between channel between the next section and the community sharing one, but it's the verified application channel. The verified application channel is where you're able to actually get verified, so you can do stuff like post in Womp's Club and get rules in the verified rules channel and stuff like that. And while the channel isn't really that flashy or whatever, the use of it is really important. Verification is a pretty desired thing to have, I feel like, for new members when they join the server, because it also gives you the ability to post images and GIFs and stuff in general chat, and that's something pretty neat. So for its good use, for its pretty important use, I should say, it goes in good tier. Put it right here. And with that, that's the end of the community sharing section. Honestly, some of the best channels in the whole server can be found here. And even when they're not the best, they're not the worst, you know? So that's pretty good. Now this next one's gonna be pretty short and sweet, so buckle in. It's the...
Alright. I say,
As I said, there's only a few things in here, so let's just make it quick. First up, we have the voice chat no mic channel. This is a text channel where you can just type instead of talking if you're in a voice channel, which I think is a pretty neat addition. Pretty important if people just don't want to talk or if they just don't have a mic available. I also just want to mention the built-in text channels that voice channels have, because although I guess they do have a good use, I don't think they really outright diminish the use of the voice chat no mic channel. It's just an all-around general use channel. Anybody can use it. It's very accessible. You don't have to join the voice channel just to use that one. It's a good place to talk. So because of that, I'll put it in a pretty high good tier, like right here. Next up, we have the Kindergarten of Banban channel, as it's called. I'm making that up. This channel is like the main voice channel of the server. Everyone who joins voice channel joins this one, and it's just a pretty good place to talk. You know, it's a fun voice chat to just talk and do stuff in. Usually when there's events that involve talking and stuff, it'll be in this one. So because of that, I'll put it up here. Fun place to talk and chat and just do whatever. These next two voice chat channels though, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on them. The first one is the Czechoslovakian Parliament channel. I don't really know what this channel is used for, but to talk in it, you have to have push to talk, which I guess is pretty interesting. I've never seen that before, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to put it in that tier. No one really uses this, probably because of that push to talk feature, but still, it's a pretty weird channel for a voice channel, especially when you can just use Kindergarten of Banban and just use push to talk there instead of having it forced on you. I don't know, but yeah, it's gonna have to go in that tier. Same thing with the AFK channel. I think you're supposed to be putting this channel if you're not active in a voice channel for long enough, but then I don't know what that really means. Like, how are you inactive in a voice channel? How does it detect that? How does it know that? I don't know. That's just weird to me. I don't know. So it's gonna have to go next to Czechoslovakian Parliament. Although it will go higher because it does have a supposed use. I don't think I've ever seen it myself, but that's probably because I'm not AFK in a voice channel. This next one, it's like the server stats voice channels, and you can't join these voice channels so instantly. This is gonna have to go nah. You can't join these. You can't talk to them. Obviously, like sure, they're like sort of cosmetic. I guess you could see how many members are in the server, how many bots are in the server, stuff like that, but I don't know. Seems like a sort of odd channel to me. Maybe it's only because on Discord mobile you can actually check the members yourself. I'm not sure if you can do that on like the computer version of Discord, but even then, it's a sort of weird channel to have, especially if we're comparing it to the voice channels, because you can't even join these ones, so they're just gonna have to go to nah. And just like that, that's all the voice channels. Honestly, there's only really one voice channel you'd ever use, but the other ones make everything symmetric, I guess. So that's pretty good. And just like that, that's just every channel that are still in use today in the Danerade Czechoslovakian Discord server, except you need to pay attention to my sentence there because I said in use today, because there's a whole nother section of just past channels that aren't used anymore. These are to kick off this list of archives. We're gonna be handing it off to Future Farty once again. Haha, Future Farty's grand return. But yeah, I just wanted to come back on here and just say real quick, between the recording of this video and the present day, I guess you could say, there has been one major event that's been archived, and that was the Pride Month event. And basically what it was just like make a profile picture for the server for Pride Month, you know, fun little community art event, which I won, by the way. Victory is mine. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it though, because in place of the Pride Month event being archived, the meme contest channel is actually just fully gone. Like I'm sure it's archived somewhere, but it's just not available to the public anymore. So I just wanted to mention that. Now back to the video. We have a channel that's pretty interesting. I'll explain why in a second. It's the Ask Me Questions channel. This channel is used like in events and stuff when Danerade just wants people to ask him questions and he will answer it, or there'd be like some serious questions or some more silly stuff. Pretty good channel to have. But something pretty interesting about this is that it used to be an actual channel, like a mainstay channel like all the rest of these, but Danerade just made it event exclusive after people didn't really use it a lot, and like the questions that were asked weren't very good. Yeah, I do like the idea of this channel. It's a pretty good channel. You can ask some questions that aren't in the most asked questions. This should go in good though. I like this channel. It's a good idea. This next channel actually originated from an event. and that's the Danerade meme contest channel. As the name suggests, the event was for people to make Danerade themed memes. You know, it's a pretty simple channel, pretty fun event. A funny thing to point out is that the winner of this event, Ringy, eventually got mod later down the line. I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, if I was petty, I would put it in nah tier because my meme didn't win, but I'm not petty. My name's Farty, not petty. So I like the idea of this event. It was a pretty fun event. So it'll go in pretty low good tier, but it's still a good event. Next up, it may seem a little familiar with another one, but this one is different. It has a cool S on it, you see? And the reason why is this is actually the Spotlight channel, which is an old verified members only channel, which was kind of like Wom's Club, but also not, because you didn't have the 6-hour cooldown. And because of that, and also because it wasn't public to anyone that wasn't verified, it's not very that cool. But I mean, I like the idea. If it was more active, maybe it'd be better. So I'm just gonna have to put this thing in. I mean, for the cool idea, I'll put it in low, better to have it than not, but I don't know. These next 3 channels were all part of an April Fool's event where Danerade's good buddy, Vidison Vids, took over the entire server. All these channels came together to make a pretty solid April Fool's event, I can't lie. First up on the list is Viddy's Updates. This is the channel where Vidison just put any updates he had that he wanted to share with the rest of the members of, at the time, his server. And honestly, you know, it's a good way to update. I have to put it in better to have than not. Next channel up is the Communism channel, and this channel is basically like the equivalent of the Womps Club, but except vidified, you know? So because of that, I still like the channel, you know, but the cooldown time was lower. People were able to post a lot. It wasn't verified member exclusive or remembered, so that's pretty cool. So I'll just put it in a pretty good low tier for that one, but pretty solid channel right there. Next up is the Viddy chat. This is basically the Gereno chat, but vidified. So I'll just have to put that. I'll just put the Viddy channel, the Viddy chat channel, up here with Communism. You know, I'll put them all in the same tier, just cause this event was a pretty solid event, the April Fool's event. So these all should deserve to go in the same tier. This next event channel was for an event that was pretty sick. It was the Danerade Minecraft server event, and honestly this event was pretty fun, I can't lie. You know, playing Minecraft with the rest of the server members, make my little castle. It was a sick event, and this chat just helped communicate. People were able to tell each other coordinates to stuff. It was a pretty solid event and a pretty solid channel, so I'm putting this high good tier here. Yeah, all right. Next channel shows how nerdy this server is, and it's the Math channel. This was made in the final hours of Pi Day. The server had a Pi Day event just to further cement how nerdy everyone is in this server, full of nerds. But yeah, anyways though, pretty funny idea for a Pi Day event. You know, for just math, just talk about math homework or something, but wow, you know what that means. It's me, Future Farty again. I just wanted to come back real quick and mention how 2 members of the server, that being Games Foundation and Ringy, actually single-handedly brought back the Math channel after they wanted to talk about like digits and like numbers or something. But yeah, I just wanted to come back really quick. I'm out of here now. Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to put this maybe better to have it than not tier, you know. Now this next channel, it scares me. It was the channel made by Farty.exe. On one haunting Halloween, a demon copied basically every aspect of me, but evil, with those horrifying bloody eyes and that wicked smile. It sends shivers down my spine every time I think of that day. This channel, I don't even want to think about it. With that aside though, that is pretty much every single channel ranked now from the Danerade Czechoslovakian Discord server, including the archived ones now. Except no, there actually are a few more channels I've yet to talk about, and the reason is that I may have ruled them out at the beginning, but listen, hear me out. I'm relatively old with the date this server was made, so I just want to tell my stories. I'm an old man who wants to tell old tales of very old things. These are. First channel on this mysterious list is the PVZ channel. This channel is used to talk about all things PVZ. It's pretty obvious as to why this channel was a thing when looking at Danerade's YouTube channel and looking at his most popular videos. 2 out of like the top 5 are PVZ, I think. I'm not sure, but PVZ is a pretty important part to Danerade's rise as a content creator. But the reason this channel was removed was because it was just getting stale. People didn't really have a lot to talk about in it because PVZ as a franchise is kind of for lack of a better term, dead. But still, despite this channel's lack of use and removal from the server, I still do like the idea behind it, so I'll be putting it in really high mets here. Alright, these next 3 channels are all mod related channels, so we're gonna have to keep on the down low because these mods are some savages. I do not know what they do if they found out I was talking about this. First up, we have the mod chat channel. As the name says, this channel is used for the mods to just talk about whatever they want. You know, it could be somewhere related to the server, could just be random stuff, silly stuff, you know. But all in all, this is a really good channel to have for the mods, especially, you know, to talk about stuff, you know, serious mod stuff that I don't want to get into, not just because I don't want to get in trouble, just because it's boring. So I'll just put it up in here maybe. Next up, we have the audit channel. This is the channel where it takes note of every single action that happens relating to messages, you know, if they're edited, deleted, if a member joins or leaves, stuff like that. You know, again, another pretty important channel to have for the mods. Fun, actually not very fun fact, a pretty sad fact. The original bot that was running this channel got shut down recently. Rest in peace, the Shy Guy Mask bot. Anyways, next mod specific channel, we have the Jeopardy channel. It's a voice channel, actually. Its intended use is supposed to be for the mods that play Jeopardy, I think, but because they don't really do that often, it's just a voice channel for them. And honestly, who knows what they're doing there. This channel's not like a text channel, it's a voice channel. Whatever's in here, it stays in there. Pretty scary to think about, you know. The mods could be concocting some evil plans in there, who knows. So for that, it's gonna be the lowest of the mods. Actually though, I just remembered, this channel became public one day for a Jeopardy event, so you know, it could stay up here. All right, next one up, might seem a little familiar with another one, but the difference is this one is dead. This is the old suggestions channel before it got turned into a forum when Discord added those. And just like the suggestions forum, people suggested stuff in here, but the thing is, I do think that the forums was a good way to go for suggestions because it just lets people look at suggestions easier, lets them give it a like or whatever, lets them know that they like it. Also lets people talk specifically about that suggestion in like the little forums instead of having to reply to people, and it just becomes a mess. So I think that the old suggestions channel is gonna have to stay 6 feet under for this one. Next channel up is the music channel, and this was the channel used for the music bot to play and stuff like that. But of course, as we all know, music bots were like eradicated for like legal reasons or something. So this channel is just sort of gone now. Despite that though, I do still think this channel wouldn't be very useful because you could just combine this use with the voice chat, no mic chat, and yeah, but it could be repurposed as like a music channel, you know, just like people share music, but even then you can do that in media technically. So yeah, this channel's gonna have to go in nah. It's not really that bad of a thing, it was gone. But yeah, you know, this is the whole tier list right here. I'm not lying this time. There's nothing left for me to rank in this server as far as I know. If any old members are watching this and you remember a channel, just let me know. I'll give you a thank you, maybe even a heart if you tell a really good joke alongside that comment. And of course, shout outs to Day for making this server, give me something to rank. It's pretty cool of them to do that. And also, of course, thanks to the server members for keeping this server alive and active, because without them, every channel just be a barren wasteland. Nothing in there, nothing interesting, nothing new. So yeah, thanks, big shouts to them as well. And shouts to you as well for watching this video. Thanks for watching it, and if you liked it, well then thanks for liking it. That's pretty cool too. If any server members are watching this, then you tell me what you think of my placements down below, and maybe even make your own tier list. You know, I left the link in the description to not only just the server, but also the tier list that I used to make this. At least I hope it works. I don't know yet if it works, but I don't know. The website for the tier list is kind of weird sometimes, I think. But yeah, if it works, then you can make your own tier list, join the server, see what you think of it, see what you think of all the channels and stuff. But yeah, of course, thanks for watching. Remember, it's not too bad to be thankful. It's like Thanksgiving every day, minus the turkey and stuff, because that'd be really cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.